Hello everyone, I'm Brett and welcome to Nightwood Guns. I got super lucky and was able to score an Aimpoint Acro P2, so I'm going to do a quick review for you guys today and let you know my thoughts on it. Before we get into the review, if you want to support my channel because YouTube hates gun channels, I'm an author. I wrote 2 short novels that are kick-ass, action-packed thrill rides that you are going to love. Check the link in the description below. Snag yourself a copy, and if you're one of the thousands of people who purchased my books already and love them, be sure to leave a review on Amazon. That is the #1 way you can support the channel. Also, huge announcement, super excited. I just hit 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. You guys kick ass and are awesome, and I'm glad you've been enjoying my videos. As you know, YouTube has been curb stomping my channel into the ground, so if you want to help my channel grow, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. That all helps so much. Now let's get into the review. First of all, let's get this out of the way. It's a mailbox on the gun, ha ha ha, Rafflecopter, LMFAO. But it can't be denied that the industry is shifting towards closed emitter optics. Why? Well, the thing that you'll hear all the time is that rain will disrupt the dot and the lens will fog up if you're getting out of a hot car going into a cold climate. But those are mostly law enforcement concerns. For me, what I've noticed with the closed emitter dot, red dot maintenance has gone down from like a once a week thing, blowing it out with compressed air, maybe digging some lint out of the emitter area, to absolutely not having to worry about it or touch it at all. Closed emitter optic will ensure that you always have a crisp dot and that you will never have a big, blooming, fuzzy dot if you forget to blow lint out of your open emitter. The other thing is, if you like playing in the dirt, the open emitter acts as a shovel and will scoop up mud, dirt, sand, all that stuff, and you'll have to get in there and clean out all of the gunk. Closed emitter optic, not an issue. The #1 thing I like about the Acro P2 is the size of the window, particularly the height. It makes it easy to maintain the dot under recoil versus something like the RMR that has a smaller window that you can lose the dot under recoil a little easier. Granted, the SRO fixes that, but the SRO also has a magic spot on it where if you blow on it, it cracks the lens. These closed emitter optics like the P2 have the advantage of giving you that taller window to maintain the dot while maintaining the durability of something like the RMR. So if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I typically prefer smaller dots like 1 MOA, but this 3.5 MOA dot on the Aimpoint Acro P2 is so insanely crisp, I actually don't mind it. The button placement on this thing is intuitive and they're very tactile buttons, and of course it's always nice having a dot where you do not have to remove the optic to replace the battery. The Aimpoint Acro P1 was insanely durable. We saw that in many tests. Its only problem was its 6.5-minute battery life. The Aimpoint Acro P2 has increased its battery life to 50,000 hours on a 2032 battery, while maintaining that same durability we came to love with the Acro P1. As far as the size of the Acro, it has not hurt concealability at all. As far as how it conceals on my body, I conceal it as well as an RMR. Even though it looks massive, it's really not that big. It's still very easily concealable. With these closed emitter optics, you have to remember that you take the open emitter and just fill in that gap, and that's all there really is. So you have a very comparable height in the front. So if you can conceal an open emitter optic, you can probably conceal a closed emitter optic. But again, everyone's body types and EDC gear are different, so your mileage may vary, but for me, it had no impact on concealability. The only negative on this optic is that this front lens is flush with the red dot. So if you're racking this thing off of tables, barbed wire, your buddy's belt buckle, that front lens is taking the brunt of the force. But as you can see, I put a Tango down cover on the front there. There's no glass in the cover, but it just kind of offers a bit of a ledge. So this steel frame takes the brunt of the force instead of the lens. Why would you pick the Acro P2 at $600 over cheaper options that might even have more features like the Holosun 509T or the Steiner? And the only real reason is quality of glass and crispness of dot. The glass on the Acro P2 has the least distortion and is the clearest out of any red dot that I've held, and its dot is also the crispiest. So would I recommend the Acro P2? If you are in any way a budget-minded person, no, I wouldn't recommend it for the same reason I wouldn't recommend a Staccato over a Glock for a budget-minded person. The Holosun 509T and the Steiner will do pretty much everything that the Aimpoint Acro P2 will do for less money, but for the bump up in price, you are getting Aimpoint quality. If that extra money for clarity of glass and crispness of dot is worth it to you, then of course I would recommend it. If you are already interested in an Acro P2, this is what you're thinking about, it has met all of my expectations and I would recommend it to anybody who is considering it. I hope you enjoyed the quick review, everybody. Be sure to check the link in the description below to check out my books and leave a review on Amazon. Be sure to like the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.